What's up, interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to RhyQuinn's Stream Battles. This is battle number 2 against GiveMeAnEggJon, aka James Bond, aka Cade, aka a really great supporter of mine over on my stream. So, you guys should be familiar with the stream battles if you watched the first one against Trav. This is where I take battles that I've been doing over on my streams, over on twitch.tv/RhyQuinn. I take the best of the bunch, and I post-commentate them, and I stick them up on this channel. So, today we are facing, as I said, Cade, who's a really great supporter of mine over on my streams. And his team is actually really cool as well. It's a very similar makeup to mine, in that it has some lower tier threats, but still really, really threatening Pokemon. So he's got Golurk, Azumarill, Tyrantrum, Arcanine, Sableye, which looks like it should be Mega, and Noivern as well. So despite having some lower tier mons in Golurk, Tyrantrum, even Noivern to a degree as well, some really, really threatening mons as well. So my team is the same as the last battle, because this was in the same stream, so same team. So, let's just get straight into the battle, and let's see how this one goes. This is a good game, so brace yourself for this one, guys. So, I'm going to elect to lead with my Milotic, because I felt like I had a pretty decent matchup against pretty much his entire squad. As he's going to elect to lead with his Noivern. And this is fine, because I'm a specially defensive Milotic. Well, I'm mixed defensive, but with more of a lean towards special. As he's just going to go for a U-turn off the first turn, which is fine. I can take that no problem, and I just decide on the first turn, because I don't have Ice Beam on this Milotic, I'm just going to decide to drop a Toxic, as he switches in his Azumarill. So that's very nice indeed for me, because if this Azumarill is in fact a Belly Drum one, then, you know, he's not going to be around forever, he's going to be worn down eventually, and I can potentially stall him out, and this Azumarill's going to go down. But, bearing that in mind, I am going to go on out into my Rotom mode, because it is Scarfed, and if he is Belly Drum, I can then outspeed him, a +6 Aqua Jet will not kill me, and I can take up this Azumarill with basically any move. So I get into Rotom mode, as he's just going to go straight for the Waterfall, and we can see actually here, I'm obviously not a defensive Rotom, I am Scarfed, but that does a lot of damage, so I'm thinking probably Banded Azumarill at this point. He's going to get a little bit of poison damage. I'm just going to go straight for a Leaf, so I'm not going to mess around. His switch into Noivern was a possibility there, but I didn't mind because I have several switch-ins to Noivern, so I didn't mind if he went into that, and I figured, don't mess around with the threat in front of you, and Azumarill is going to go down, which is spectacular. Now he's going to bring in the Sableye, and I'm at -2, and I'm Scarfed, I'm locked into Leaf Storm, so I'm like, no, I need to get out of there right now. And I'm going to go back into Milotic. I don't really have much to take down a potential Mega Sableye, as he is going to Mega Up, and this is indeed a Mega Sableye. So I'm thinking at the moment, my best bet is to try and grab a Scald Burn, and try and get some big hits off with my big hitters such as Infinite, basically. He's going to go for a knockoff as I switch in my Milotic, and he's going to get rid of my lefters. That did a pretty decent amount of damage, so not really sure what this Mega Sableye is right now. Might be defensive, but that did a lot of damage. Now I'm going to go for a Scald, as I said, trying to snag a Scald Burn on the Mega Sableye, but he's going to switch into his Noivern, and no burn, that's fine. Now he's going to go for an Air Slash against my Milotic, and that does a lot of damage. I'm thinking this has got to be Specs, right? I just go for Recover just to try and scout what he wanted to do. Was pretty certain I could take any hit at all. Now I'm going to get back up to good HP, and now he goes for an Air Slash. He misses as I go for a Mirror Coat. I was like, are you kidding me? If he'd have hit that Air Slash, then I would have killed him with Mirror Coat. He's going to go for another Air Slash and miss again. 2 Air Slash misses in a row. Really taking lessons from Trav on that one, I see. As I'm going to drop a Toxic on this Noivern, figuring that they probably switch, bearing in mind that I just revealed the Mirror Coat, but didn't switch, went for the Air Slash. Now they're going to switch and go on out into his Tyrantrum, as I'm going to go for Recover, expecting potentially another Air Slash or a switch. Either way, I'm going to get back up to a good amount of HP. Now, Tyrantrum is a threat, but I do actually have a switch in, and that is Rhyperior. This is a physically defensive Rhyperior. As long as he doesn't go for Earthquake, I'm looking pretty good right now. I'm feeling like he's going to go for Head Smash, and he does just that. Goes for the Head Smash from Tyrantrum, and this does nothing. Rhyperior laughs at Tyrantrum's Head Smashes, and wait a second. Is Tyrantrum taking recoil damage? Is this Strong Jaw Tyrantrum? It's not Rockhead. That helps me so much, because I can just switch in Rhyperior every single time to this guy. He can continue to rack up recoil damage, and I'm looking pretty damn good. I'm so happy that it's Strong Jaw and not Rockhead. Now he's going to switch in the Mega Sableye, as I'm going to go for a Rock Blast. I was thinking either he's going to switch in the Mega Sableye, so I can't set up my rocks, or he's going to switch in the Noivern to take an Earthquake from the Tyrantrum, so the best middle ground play I had was to go for Rock Blast right there. We got a nice 4 hits off of the Mega Sableye, and I get some Lefty's recovery back. Now I'm expecting the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm going to make the offensive switch straight into Infinite, into Mixtape over here, expecting the Will-O-Wisp from this Mega Sableye. And as you can see here, as I bring in the Infinite, he does in fact go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is great. Obviously, Infinite can't be burned. Now I'm going to fire for Flamethrower, just try and gauge how much damage I can get off on this Mega Sableye, and that's a lot of damage, and that's because it's a crit. That's a lot of damage, takes it down to basically nothing, but he's going to be able to get a recover off and get back to a nice amount of HP. Now I figure the best thing I had to do at this point was just continue to spam flamethrower over him. There's a burn chance, and also I can get another crit, kill him, keep him low. And I do actually get the burn off the second flamethrower, which is stupidly lucky at this point. Crit on one turn with Infinite, and then the following turn get a burn off a flamethrower. So looking pretty lucky right now as he's going to go for recover, get back to nice HP, but this burn is really going to help me wear down this Mega Sableye and potentially put him in range from basically anything. Now he realizes this, he realizes he's not going to win, and he's going to switch out his Mega Sableye and go into his Arcanine. Which is going to have to try and take this flamethrower. Now he gets a useless Intimidate off against me, as I'm going to go for the flamethrower. And this actually does a decent amount of damage to this Arcanine, so I'm thinking it's probably an offensive one. So I'm going to make my safest switch, which is to go straight into my Rhyperior. I don't want it taking too much damage, because I do want it to be able to switch into Tyrantrum repeatedly, but this Rhyperior is going to come in right now, and he is going to go for the Flare Blitz. So I'm like, okay, we're going to see an item on this guy, let's see what this guy is. He's going to go for the Flare Blitz. That does not much damage, because I'm a physically defensive Rhyperior. He takes a bit of recoil damage, and he takes Life Orb recoil. I'm like, okay, Life Orb, right. I'm thinking at this point it probably has either Close Combat or Iron Head. So either one of those, I can take one and I'll just kill him with an Earthquake. He does reveal the Iron Head, which does a decent amount of damage, so I can just kill him with the Earthquake right now. But I flinch. So, no killing the Arcanine right now. Now, I do not want this Rhyperior taking more damage because I need it to switch into Tyrantrum. Potentially, if that thing has Outrage, it's going to be doing a lot more than a Head Smash. So, I need to keep him healthy. So, I'm going to go into my Milotic, expecting another Iron Head from this Arcanine. I'm going to do a lot of pivoting right now. Iron Head comes in, it's going to do not much damage to my Milotic, and he's going to be taking a bit more Life Orb recoil. He's getting quite low at this point. Now I'm going to switch out my Milotic, expecting the Wild Charge. I'm going to go into Rotom-Mow. Because it's quad resisted, I can take Wild Charges for days, as he does in fact go for the Wild Charge, which is great. Rotom's going to take basically nothing. Now I could have gone expecting the Extreme Speed, I could have gone back into my Milotic again, or Rhyperior, but I elected to stay in with Rotom, because if he went for Extreme Speed and killed me, then that means he doesn't have Morning Sun. He's revealed his entire moveset. Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, Iron Head, and Extreme Speed. If he doesn't have Extreme Speed, then he has Morning Sun, then I just kill him with Rotom. So either way, if Rotom goes down, he's revealed his whole moveset. He doesn't have any, Morning Sun, which is great. He can't heal up. Now I'm going to go into Rhyperior to double out into my Milotic, expecting an Iron Head just to try and rack up some more Life Orb recoil on him, which is great. Milotic's taking basically nothing from it. Now he just manages to hang on with the Life Orb, and he's got one last hit left in him. And I'm going to make one last double from Milotic, back out into Rhyperior, expecting a Wild Charge, and then expecting to go back into Milotic again to take the Iron Head. But he makes this one right, and he does go for the Iron Head, expecting the Rhyperior. And that time we do get more damage off on us, and that Arcanine goes down. So, Arcanine was a threat, but it's gone down now, which is great. Rhyperior is a bit weaker than I'd want, but it's still looking okay. Maybe with a couple more rounds of leftovers, it's still looking okay to take a hit. But in comes the Golurk, and I was like, this is a little bit of a problem. My ground immunity and Rotom-Mow has now gone, and he's just going to fire off an Earthquake. But I'm like, we can take this. We're a physically defensive Rhyperior, and we do in fact take it on 8 HP. Rhyperior, the absolute beast, and I figured it was best to try and get some damage off against this Golurk. And we get just over half against this Golurk, which is spectacular. This Golurk is massively weakened right now. Potentially in range from like a Milotic Scald at this point. Any damage I can get on stuff is great for Mega Sizzles, Bullet Punch, etc. And he's going to be able to knock out my Rhyperior with a Drain Punch. Obviously that crit did not matter. And now my switch into Tyrantrum has gone. So that's looking a little bit scary at this point. But we're still looking okay. Out comes the Milotic once again. Now I'm just going to fire off a Scald and hopefully knock out this Golurk. I know he's not Scarf because he switched up moves from the Earthquake to the Drain Punch, but he actually lives the Scald, and I'm thinking, is he Assault Vest? He might be Assault Vest, right? We don't get Snag a Burn off the Scald, which means in comes the Earthquake, and that does a lot of damage. Now I go for Recover. I'm like, that did enough damage to the point where maybe I can Recover stall him out. As long as he doesn't get a crit, we're looking pretty decent indeed. He's going to fire off another Earthquake, and of course he gets a crit. So Milotic dies. You know, that's awesome. But, luckily at this point, he's in range from Mega Sizzle's Bullet Punch, so I'm just going to bring in Mega Sizzle, I'm going to Mega Up, and I'm just going to knock out this Golurk with a Bullet Punch. So this Golurk was looking like a huge threat to my team, but luckily, been able to wear it down, and Mega Sizzle's just going to come through and just knock this guy out with a Bullet Punch. So, we're looking pretty decent now, we're looking okay. As Golurk goes down right there, and now he's going to elect to bring back in his Noivern, and I'm like, this thing has Flamethrower, doesn't it? Yes, of course it does. So I'm going to switch out, and I have a great switch to this, which is my Assault Vest Meloetta. So in comes Meloetta, to try and take whatever hit this guy wants to go for. He does in fact go for the flamethrower, and Meloetta choose that like it's absolutely nothing. Like it's Meloetta's job. Like, seriously, it took absolutely nothing from that flamethrower. And now, he's going to switch out his Noivern, and he's going to go on out into his Mega Sableye. I couldn't go for the Psyshock or the Hyper Voice because of said Mega Sableye, so I'm actually going to fire off a Hidden Power. And that Hidden Power is actually Hidden Power Rock, specifically for Volcaronas, but it works for the Noivern. Now, combined with Hidden Power and the Burn, it's looking like a roll if this Hidden Power can kill, so I went for it. Come on, Hidden Power, you can take him out, right? You can take him out, and he just lives it. The Mega Sableye just lives, but luckily it doesn't go for Recover. It goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which is fine by me. Absolutely fine by me, and Meloetta gets burned, but the Mega Sableye goes down to its burn as well, so that is spectacular. Meloetta pulling through with that Hidden Power Rock, even though Volcarona is not around right now. And now out comes Tyrantrum Lion. Okay, I don't have any switches to this guy still, so I'm just going to let Meloetta go down. Because he's Strongjaw and not Rockhead, he's going to take massive recoil from this. So I'm just going to let Meloetta go down. Look at that recoil. That is tasty. That is tasty recoil right there. Now he's in range for a Mega Sizzle or Bullet Punch. That's all I wanted. So Mega Sizzle to come in, Bullet Punch that Tyrantrum, and bye-bye Tyrantrum. It was nice knowing you, my friend. Now what he's going to do is he has to go back into his Noivern. Now he's got a choice here. I've got my Mega Sizzle and my Infinite left, but he can't lock himself into Flamethrower because Infinite can chew it, and he can't lock himself into Air Slash because Mega Sizzle can chew it, and he's going to die to do two Bullet Punches, which is what he elects to do. Goes for said Air Slash, Mega Sizzle chews it, and I'm going to be able to knock this guy out with another Bullet Punch, and Mega Sizzle cleans the game once again. Mega Sizzle, an absolute monster, and that is the game. We win a 2-0 victory over Cade, and that was a great match, my friend, using some low-tier stuff, just like my team, and putting on a great display. If that Tyrantrum wasn't Strongjaw and was Rockhead instead, I would have had a massive problem on my hands. Potentially I could have taken out with a combination of like a Bullet Punch plus Mach Punch, so it might have still been the same, but then again, you know, Noivern would have been able to knock out my Mega Sizzle with a Flamethrower, and I couldn't knock it out with one Bullet Punch, so if I didn't have Infinite in the back as well, it would have been different if that Tyrantrum wasn't Strongjaw. But nonetheless, that was a great game, Cade. I really did enjoy that, and if you guys want to come by to future streams where I'm doing more battles, make sure to follow the link down below to twitch.tv/RhyQuinn and drop me a follow. You get notified every single time I go live, and if you want to come by, test your luck against me, and if you have put on a good battle, you get a post-commentated match up on this YouTube channel right here. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and follow the links down below for twitch.tv/RhyQuinn and all my social media down there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.